Okay, my dear, am I audible to you? Hello? 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 Anyone please respond? Am I audible to you? Can you see the screen? 350 Venkat. 350 Venkat, please respond. Hello? Okay. The students, totally 40 participants are there. You have to wait for 2 minutes. Anyone please respond. Are you hearing my voice or not? Please confirm. Alikarjun 305, please unmute yourself and respond. Venkat, 350 Venkat, LE 323, Prakash, you please respond. 324. Naresh. My dear students, anyone please respond once. Are you hearing my voice? Can you see the
Yes, sir.
screen? Please confirm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Thank you. I'm starting the session.
Okay.
Today we are going to discuss about angular measurement, a new topic. Wait. What is the purpose of angular measurement? Why it is used? What are the different measuring instruments are available in this angular measurement? We will discuss. Okay, in this session. Okay, if you observe here in the first slide, there are different angular measuring instruments. You can call this as a protractor. This is a okay combination set, and you can call it as a bevel protractor. And one is a sine bar, and a simple protractor. This one daily you are going to use in your drawing, and this is the clinometer. Okay, all these are the different angular measuring instruments, right? Angular measurement. The use of angular measurement, why it is needed, okay, where it is applied, okay, we are going to see in this slide. Suppose these are measurements, if you take in the olden days, they're used for setting up pressure while traveling. While traveling in the seas, okay, in order to get the specified direction, okay, we cannot see the edges at the boundaries while simply traveling in the sea. Therefore, in that case, we are going to use this angular measurement okay, for setting of direction. For example, sailors, if simply depends on prismatic compasses for finding out a desired direction. This is one used by the sailors for the finding out desired direction. Next, another case in ships and aeroplanes also we are going to use these angular measurements. Angular precise angular measurements are needed. Okay, in the aeroplanes in order to achieve the okay required destinations. Okay, and navigation. Complete navigation of ships and aeroplanes depends on angular measurements. Okay. Next, coming to land surveys, you are always going to use this angular measurement in land surveys. And coming to astronomy, in astronomy also, these angular measurements are very helpful while computing the distance between stars and the planets. Okay, relative distance between the two planets and the stars. We are going to use this angular measurements. For this reason, the angular measurements are very helpful. While coming to our technical application, in the daily workshops, you are come across many components which are having angular measurements. In order to measure the angular okay dimensions, you are always going to use angular measuring instruments. Okay, clear. This is the requirement of angular measurements. Right. If you observe in this diagram, the bottom diagram, star A is there, star B is there. In order to measure the angle between these two, okay, angular measurement is needed. Angular measurement is needed, right? This is a simple introduction about angular measurement. So, angular measurement is important in geometry and trigonometry, very important. What is meant by angle? Simply, angle is defined as the opening between two lines which meet at a point. Okay, simply it is the opening between two lines meet at a point. Okay, there are two commonly used units of angular measurement. You know very well from the 10th class onwards, you know very well different angular measuring units. Okay, different systems are there, sexagesimal system, circular system, okay, centesimal system, different systems are there. Out of those, we are going to use two systems, sexagesimal system. In that system, the unit of angle is a degree. Okay, another system is called circular system. In that system, the measurement unit is radians. Okay, if you go for the sexagesimal system, that is in case of degrees, circle is divided into 360 parts. Each part is called a degree. If you divide the circle into 360 parts, okay, each part is called a degree. Next. Again, if we divide 1 degree into 60 parts, we divide 1 degree into 60 parts, each part is called 1 minute. Okay, again, if you divide 1 minute into 60 parts, again that each part is called 1 second. You know very well. Okay, another measuring unit is there, that is circular system. That is in case of circular system, we're going to measure the angle in terms of radians. So that is the reason why it is called unit of angle derived from theoretical consideration is the radian. Okay, how to define the radian? Simply, it is the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc length equal to radius of the circle. Okay, if the length of the arc is equal to radius, if it subtends an angle at the center, that angle, if it's that angle is called 1 radian. Okay, angle subtended by the arc of length equal to radius of circle is called 1 radian. Radian is very important unit used in the angular measurements, right? Okay, this is all about different types of units used for angular measurement. Okay, right. Angle measuring instruments. Okay, this slide simply describes about the different angle measuring instruments available based on different standards. Okay, in the first case, it is based on line standard angular measuring devices. Okay, line standard angular measuring devices includes protractors and universal bevel protractors. Protractors, nothing but our daily use protractors. Okay, comes under this protractors case, very simple to use. And universal bevel protractors, somewhat advanced level when compared with protractors having fixed bases, straight edges, straight bases. Okay, and universal bevel protractors. Okay, we are going to use the Vernier principle. Okay, right. We will discuss in the coming slides in detail. Next, coming to the second classification, they are based on phase standard. Phase standard. Okay, what are the instruments? Okay, on the phase standard, sine bar and sine center. Two instruments are there based on sine bar, based on phase standard, sine bar and sine center. Okay, these two are also we are going to discuss in the coming slides. Next, measurement of inclines. Measurement of inclines. Likewise, in order to measure the inclinations, you're going to use a spirit level and a clinometer. The spirit level may be used for checking the flatness, straightness, and smaller inclinations. Okay. The special case of spirit level is the clinometer. Okay. If you use the spirit level at a different angles within a housing, that is called as a clinometer. Right. This is a special case of spirit level. Right. Measurement of inclines. Again, there are two types of measuring instruments, spirit level and a clinometer. Next, coming to comparators, angle comparators. These comparators are meant for comparing the angle measurements, angles, comparing the angles. Suppose if you want to measure one angle, that angle is to be compared with a standard, okay, angle, standard in it, right? That these are called autocollimators. We'll discuss later. Next, coming to next slide, protractors. Okay, in the classification we observe in the line standard, the first one is protractor. We are going to discuss about the protractor. Okay, this you know very well about this protractor. Okay, it is in the form of D. It is used in our daily drawing practice also. Okay, simply if you want to measure the angle, suppose if you want to measure the 40-degree angle, then you have to take the reading from 0 to this 40. In between these two, you are going to take the reading. In this case, always the deformed protractor requires the base, specified base and the center. Okay, in some cases it is not possible, to have the required base and the centers. In such cases, you cannot use these protractors. For the simple purpose, simple measuring purpose, these are used. Okay, this is the most common calibrated device used in drawing. It does not perform well in establishing layouts for work, layouts of work, since it requires a carefully placed and held straight edge. It requires a straight edge supporting edge. Okay, if it's not there, in that case, you cannot use this protractor. So for simple purposes, you can use this, okay, protractors, right? Next one is the machinist protractor. This is the case of this simple protractor. It is generally used in our workshops by this, okay, operators, machine operators, okay, often referred to as a bevel gauge. Consists of a center finder, drill point gauge, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 circle divider. Okay, it is a simple protractor used by the, okay, machine operators in our workshops. Okay, right. Next one is arm protractor. It is somewhat okay, uh, accurate when compared with the previous ones. You can set any angle or you can measure any angle by using this arm protractor. A very handy tool to set up and measure odd angles. Okay, consists of arms and a 10-minute vernier. Okay, in this case, the vernier scale is also there. Okay, you can measure up to 10 minutes, right? Almost any type of angle can be handled by using this arm protractor. This is also some special case of a simple protractor with having hand. Okay, this moving hand. It is moving on this semicircle. The hand is moving on the semicircle. Here the vernier also there, right? Next, coming to the most accurate and precision instrument in the in the protractors is vernier bevel protractor. Beyond that, one more protractor is also there. That is called optical bevel protractor. Optical bevel protractor is more accurate when compared to this vernier bevel protractor. First of all, how to discuss about vernier bevel protractor. Okay, if you observe clearly, okay, in this diagram or in this diagram, different components are there. Okay, if you observe, okay, this is the base, and this is the blade, and this complete one is the body. Okay, and this is acute angle attachment, and this is the vernier, and outer scale is there. Okay, outermost dial. Okay, it is calibrated in degrees. This is called main scale. And if you observe, okay, if you see from this glass, okay, there is divisions 0, 30, 60. This is called a vernier scale. Okay, simply you can call the vernier bevel protractor consists of two scales, the main scale and the vernier scale. The main scale is simply calibrated on the circular dial. If you observe circular base, okay, completely, if you observe this is the base, okay, on the complete base, the main scale is calibrated or engraved. It is engraved in degrees. Okay, the least measurable value on the main scale is 1 degree. Okay, coming to the vernier scale, this vernier scale again consists of 12 divisions. Okay, 12 divisions. That means the minimum division on the main scale, that is 1 degree, is divided into 12 parts. Automatically, if you divide the 1 degree, that is 1 degree means 60 minutes. If you divide the 60 by 12, automatically will get the least count as 5 minutes. Therefore, the each division on the vernier scale simply represents 1 minute. Okay, simply the divisions, the 12 divisions from 0 to rightward 12 divisions are there, and left side also 0 to 60 12 divisions are there. Okay, each one represents 5 minutes. Each one represents 5 minutes. Emma, just wait. హలో, ఓకే అన్న, ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటే చెప్పండి అన్న, ఎందుకంటే మనకి మొబైల్ నెట్వర్క్ కదా కొంచెం స్లోగా ఉంటుంది. చెప్పండి. Okay, my dear students. Okay, so sorry for the inconvenience because of low bandwidth, okay, network is unstable. Okay, I'm again coming from here. Different types of angular measurements are there. Angular measuring instruments are there: protractor, unit scope, bevel protractor, sine bar, sine sensor, grid level meter, angular comparator, autocollimeter. We discussed it. Okay, this is the form protractor used in our practice. Okay, it always requires uh, reference surface or base edge in order to measure the angle. Right. Machinist protractor, it is used by the machine shop operators. Right. Next one, arm protractor. It is somewhat accurate when compared to the previous protractors. It is having arm. It can be used for measuring any angle, or it can be used for setting any angle. Right. So when observe this, very important. We are use this protractor in our metals. So right, it consists of different components. If you observe this as the okay base, this is the blade, movable blade, this is the attachment, and this is this part, small part. This is called vernier scale, and the outer scale, outer circular scale. This is called main scale. Okay. If you observe here, in this case, this bevel protractor consists of two scales, two circular scales. One is the main scale and the other vernier scale. If you observe, this is the main scale, and this internal part, this is the vernier scale. Okay, the main scale is simply calibrated in degrees for 1 minute, 1 degree, and this vernier scale. If you observe the vernier scale, this vernier scale consists of 12 divisions. That means 1 degree of main scale is simply divided into 12 parts. 1 degree means 60 minutes. So 60 minutes is divided into 12 parts, means each part represent 5 seconds. So minimum measurable value, okay, or the division value on vernier is 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, right. In this case, the complete body can take this as the body at the base. This base is made flat. Okay, in order to keep this bottom, to keep this bottom of this base on the work parts while measuring, while taking the measurements. Okay, we observe here simple for measuring the angle between two faces of a component. This one is the vernier bevel protractor. Vernier bevel protractor. Right. It consists of a base plate attached to the main body. Okay, if your base plate, this is a base plate completely attached to the body of the instrument, and an adjustable blade is capable of rotating freely about the center. If you take this adjustable blade, this is a blade, beveled edges blade. Hello? చూడమ్మా ఒకసారి చూడండి, ట్రై చేస్తాను. Okay, my students, vernier bevel protractor, it is used for measuring the angle between two faces. Here, if you observe the two faces, that means work part faces. If you take any work part having two faces, those two faces are simply aligned with the face of this blade and the face of this acute angle attachment. Or sometimes, if there is no acute angle attachment, you are going to place the work part between this blade and surface and the base end surface and the blade end surface. In between these two, are going to place the work part and measure the angle on this vernier bevel protractor. The complete working of this vernier bevel protractor is similar to that of vernier calipers. Vernier calipers. It is also working on the principle of vernier. Right. It consists of a base plate. This is called as the base plate. The base plate is simply flat, complete flat at the bottom in order to place it on the work part while measuring. Right. Next, an adjustable blade is there. If you take this as the blade, the beveled edge, it is beveled at the ends. So 45 degrees and 60 degrees beveling is there. This blade can slide in and out, okay, in and out, okay, and it can also rotate freely about the center of the main scale, about the center of the part, circular disc part, okay, main scale. And this blade can be, okay, can be locked in any position with the help of a screw. Okay, this screw is used to lock the movable blade or adjustable blade at any location, required position, right? This is all about veneer bevel protractor components, right? Coming to here, these are different elements are there in the bevel protractor. If you observe clearly, main scale, vernier scale, complete body of the instrument, and this is stock or base plate, right? And this is working edge. Working edge means this is a acute angle attachment. In order to measure the acute angles, you are going to use this special attachment called as acute angle attachment. In this first picture, there is no acute angle attachment. If you want to, you can attach the acute angle attachment. Okay, right? This is a mobile blade, and a blade locking nut is there. Okay, okay, these are all here. This is locking. This is all about different construction components of veneer bevel protractor, right? So here, an acute angle attachment is provided at the top of for the purpose of measuring acute angles. Already discussed here. Acute angle attachment is provided at the top of this instrument. Okay, it can be locked at any position. Okay, in this screw by using the screw, right? Next, base of the base plate is made flat. Very important. The base of the base plate is made flat so that it could be laid flat upon the work and type of work, and any type of angle can be measured. Okay, base of the plate is made flat. Why it is made flat? In order to keep it on any work part while measuring. Okay, that is the reason why it is made flat. Next, it is capable of measuring from 0 to maximum 360 degrees. Okay, with the help of main scale. Right, consists of two scales, main scale and vernier scale. Already discussed here. This is the main scale, this is the main scale, and this is the vernier scale. Right. Next, vernier scale. If you observe the vernier scale, here the total number of divisions on the vernier scale are 12, or 12 divisions are there. That means one division on the main scale, one division on the main scale represents 1 degree. That means the least division value on the main scale, that is 1 degree, is divided into 12 parts in the vernier. In the vernier, if you divide 1 degree into 12, 1 degree means 60 minutes. If you divide it by 12, automatically we'll get each division on vernier as 5 seconds. 5 seconds. That is, so least count of the instrument is 5 minutes. Okay. Scale has 24 divisions coinciding with 23 main scale divisions. 23 main scale divisions. Total 24 divisions. 24 divisions. 24. 24 means right side 12 and left side 12. That is given as 24. But you are having only 12 divisions to the right of 0, 12 divisions, to the left of 0, 12 divisions. On both sides, you are having the same 12 divisions vernier. Okay, right. If you observe here clearly, vernier bevel protractor, how to find the least count of vernier protractor, already discussed. If you observe here, this is the vernier scale. In this 0 is there. To the right of 0, totally 12 divisions are there. And to the left of 0, again 12 divisions are there. Okay. These 12 divisions, okay, 12 divisions, each division value is 5 minutes. Why it is 5 minutes means on the main scale, 1 degree is divided into 12 parts. That is the reason why each division value on the vernier is 5 minutes. Okay. So you are going to take, you may get confusion. Okay, which direction we have to take while measuring the, okay, angle. Okay, in that case, if the scale is main scale is moving in the anti-clockwise direction, then you have to take the vernier coincidence on the left side. If the main scale is rotating in clockwise direction, then you have to take the vernier coincidence on the right side. On the right side. Okay, right. If you observe here in this picture, totally 23, okay, 23 degrees, sorry, 23, okay, divisions on the main scale equal to, okay, totally 12 divisions, equal to 12 divisions on the vernier. Okay, right. How to take reading on this vernier bevel protractor? If you observe here, in this picture, here two readings are there. Two scales are there means then you have to take one main scale reading and one vernier scale reading. How to take the main scale reading? Okay, you have to identify the coincidence of vernier 0 with the main scale division, Okay, here the vernier 0 is coinciding with some division on the main scale. Here the 0 is not exactly coinciding with 50, therefore you have to take the previous division as a main scale reading. So here the scale, if you observe the scale, here the scale readings are increasing in the anti-clockwise direction. Here 50, it is 55, it is 60. Therefore, you have to take the reading, okay, in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, here if you move from this side here, this 50, and this is the 51. The 52th division is not coinciding with 0, and this 51, okay, here the 0 is exceeding this 51th division. Therefore, you have to take this 51 as the main scale reading. Main scale reading. So main scale reading is 51 degree. How to take the main scale reading? You have to identify the, okay, division value on the main scale which exactly coincides with the 0 reading. Okay, here this 51 is not exactly coinciding, but this 0 is simply moved away from 51. Therefore, you have to take this 51 as the main scale reading. You cannot take 52 as a reading. Okay, it should exactly coincide, or simply the 0 has to cross the particular division, right? After that, main scale reading, then you go for the vernier scale reading. How to take the vernier scale reading? You have to identify a division on the vernier scale which exactly coincide with the main scale division. Okay, here in this case, the main scale readings are increasing in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, you have to take the leftward vernier. Leftward vernier. You have to use the leftward vernier. Okay, if you take this left side, if you move one by one, division by division, if you observe here, the 45th division is exactly coinciding with the 60. Therefore, this 45 represents 45 seconds is the vernier scale reading. Therefore, here you can observe the main scale reading is 51 and vernier 45 mark in line with main scale. Therefore, 51 degree, 45 minutes. 51 degree, 45 minutes. Okay, if you observe clearly in this case, here it is 0, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20, 25, 30, 35. Each division value on the vernier is 5 minutes. Okay. Likewise, you are going to take the reading with a vernier bevel protractor, right? Application of vernier bevel protractor. You can use this vernier bevel protractor for different purposes. Okay, if you observe in the first picture, it is used for, okay, checking the bevel, inside beveled face of a ground surface. Okay, this is used for checking the inside beveled surface of a ground surface, right? Beveled face. Here, the second diagram, it is used for, the bevel protractor is used for measuring the V block. It means V angle is measured by using this bevel protractor. In order to measure the V block angle, you can use this vernier bevel protractor. Here in this case, this is the acute angle attachment. You can readily attach this acute angle attachment at the required position, okay, with the help of a locking nut. If you place the work part between the blade, movable blade, and this acute angle attachment, then automatically you are going to measure. You're going to measure the acute angle. So you can use this bevel protractor for the acute angle measurement with the help of acute angle attachment. Okay. Next, if you observe this slide, okay, here the number of pictures are there. You can use this bevel protractor for different applications. This bevel angle can be measured here. This obtuse angle can be measured by using this one. In all the cases, observe clearly the work part is placed between the movable blade and the base plate. Okay. Here also, here in this case, the work part, here the base plate is simply placed on the work part and the blade is also touching the work part. You have to measure this angle. That is the reason why base plate edge is made flat, okay, in order to keep it on the work part. Okay, if it is not flat, not flat, it you cannot measure exact angle. That is the reason why in the starting stage it is made flat, right? You can measure this angle. Likewise, you can measure the polygon angle. Okay, you can measure the angle like the bevel angles. Okay, for different. If you go for the screw, okay, gear on this gear, you can also measure this angle. Okay, tapers angle of the right angle. You can measure the squareness. You can measure the squareness of the screw. Okay, likewise. This measuring acute angle. This is a measure of obtuse angle. You can use your bevel protractor for measuring different angles, different orientations. Okay, always you are placing the base plate edge and the mobile blade edge in line with the work part. Okay, right. This is the case of angle measurement. You have to keep like this work part, and you have to keep this like what. In this case, this base plate is simply placed on the surface plate, and the other moving blade surface is placed on the work part to be measured. Okay, you can measure the angle by this, like this, right? Measuring acute angle. While use, if you want to measure the acute angle, then you have to use this attachment, acute angle. This is called acute angle attachment. Okay, right? And this is for measuring obtuse angle. This is the angle, obtuse angle. You can measure this one, right? Right. Vernier bevel protractor. In this case, you please try to find the reading for the shown picture. For the shown picture. In this case, try to find the reading. Okay. Suppose if you observe here, the scale. Okay, main scale is simply gradations and the values figures are increasing in the clockwise direction. Okay, if you observe here, while taking a main scale reading, the zero should coincide with the division on the main scale. Okay, here the zero not coinciding with the division with this division. So simply it is crossed the division, this division 20, 21, 22, 23. So after 20, it is in between 23 and 24. So you have to take 23 previous division as the main scale reading, 23 as the main scale reading. And if you go for vernier scale reading, here the main scale is rotating in the clockwise direction. That means the figures are increasing in the clockwise direction. Therefore, you have to use the rightmost vernier. That means from 0 to this 60, you have to use. Okay. Here, this 15 is exactly coincide with the main scale division. Therefore, you have to take 15 minutes as the vernier scale reading. Therefore, it is the 20. Okay. If you observe here, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 is the main scale reading, 28 degrees and 15 minutes is the reading given in the fixture, right? Next, you can also find the angle, okay, for this fixture given. In this case, the zero is coinciding and the scale is moving in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, here this is 80, 85. It is zero coincidence. Zero is lying in between 85 and 86. Therefore, you have to take 85 as the main scale reading. And if you go for the vernier, in this case, the readings are increasing in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, you have to take the leftmost vernier. On the leftmost vernier, this 30th division is exactly coinciding with the main scale division. Okay, here the 30 minutes is the vernier scale reading. Main scale reading is 85. 85 degrees 30 minutes is the reading for the given fixture. Okay, likewise you have to take the reading. Next. Okay, if you observe here, it is this vernier bevel protractor may also be used for setting the right angles also, right, squareness. Right. Optical bevel protractor. Just a minute. Hello. Optical bevel protractor. Already discussed vernier bevel protractor. In case of vernier bevel protractor, you can measure the angles up to 5 minutes. But in this case, optical bevel protractor, you can measure the angles up to 2 minutes accuracy. 2 minutes accuracy. Each and every component is same except the microscope, small microscope, that is magnifying, not exactly microscope. Magnifying glass is provided in this case additionally. Okay, except that each and every component is same as that of vernier bevel protractor. Okay, here also one movable blade is there. Okay, the reading measurement locking nut is also there in order to lock the blade at the required position. Okay, while taking the reading. Uh, Observe here, this small nut is used for locking this blade, and this larger screw nut is used for locking. Okay, when the blade in this case, we are going to use the
that we are going to see. Measurement of any angle precisely is one of the most important human activities. It is only because of precise angular measurements that ships and airplanes can navigate confidently. Without
Okay, my dear students, we'll forward to the next slide. Okay, one more angle measuring instrument is there. It is combination set. Combination set. Here it consists of square head, protractor head, and center head. This is great for checking the squareness of the holes or grooves. Okay, And also here one spirit level is there. It is used for checking the flatness, straightness, squareness. Okay. Center head is also there. That is used for drawing the central lines. Okay, identifying the central lines or marking the central lines. Okay, protracted again is used for measuring the angles or setting the or drawing the angles. Okay, right. If you observe here, in this case, you are going to measure the angle, and in this case, you are going to set the angle or draw angular line on this work part. Okay, likewise, this combination set is used. Right. Here in this case, if you observe the square head is simply used for getting this measuring the squareness of the hole or the squareness of the flat surface. In this case, we're going to check the straightness. Okay, how to check the straightness? Here, if there is exist 90 degrees, automatically you can see that the given surface is flat. Okay, in some cases, you're going if you are going to check this squareness in this case. So square head, use of different positions, the square head. If you observe here in this case also one groove is there. In this groove, we are going to check the squareness, okay, the surface. And also this center head is there. The center head is used like this in order to draw and center mark the center line for this given, okay, component. Okay, these are the applications of combination set. That means protractor, center head, and a square head. All three equipments or instruments are simply embedded in a single instrument called as combination set. It is used for different purposes. Okay, the sign bar, very accurate instrument is a sign bar when compared with the bevel protractor. Very important, minute, okay, angles. Okay, in the consensus of seconds can also be measured or can be set by using this bar. So it is precision angle measuring and setting instrument. It can be used for angular measurement and can be used for setting of the angle, given angle. Okay, using along with the slip gauges. Okay, this is used along with the slip gauges and surface plate. This is not completely a measuring instrument. Okay, simply it is okay possible to it is possible to take measurement only with power state and the so instruments other accessories are also needed in order to take measurement with the sign bar. So sign bars are used in conjunction with the surface plates and the slip gauges. Okay, right. Okay, this if you observe clear in this case, what are the different components of this sign bar? Okay, hand faces are there, upper surface, end face is there, and leaf holes are provided here. Here two rulers, identical rulers having identical diameters and of complete two roundness, having two roundness are there, and side face. Okay, lower base, lower surface is there. If you observe here in this case, the topmost face and the bottom lower surface of this sign bar is completely hardened and ground and lapped in order to get a highly finished surfaces. Okay, highly flat surfaces. Okay, smooth surfaces in this case, and holes are also provided. Holes are provided in order to reduce or lower the weight of the sign bar and for easy handling of the two identical rulers on two again, I have to share the screen. Okay, the current slide. Okay, right. Coming to sign bars, uses of sign bars. These sign bars, okay, can be used for different purposes. Okay, these are used for locating the given work at the given angle. If you want to locate the work at the given angle, okay, by using the sign principle, it sign bar completely works on the trigonometric principle, that is trigonometric sign function. Sin theta opposite by hypotenuse. In this case, the opposite represents the height. Okay, and the instant, length between two rollers. Okay, right. In this case, if you given the angle, in that case, first you have to find the height of slip gauges. This H represents height of slip gauges. Okay, by knowing this theta, you can find the height. How to find the height without having L? L is the length of the sign bar. That means the distance between centers of two rollers. It is specified length. It is given length. Okay, it is maybe 100 mm, 200 mm as per the sign bar specification. It is directly given along with the instrument. Okay, so L is known and theta is known. You can find H value. Okay, if you find the H value, you can set the slip gauge combination below one roller, and you can place one roller on the surface of surface plate. Okay, here one roller is placed on the surface plate and the other roller is placed above the surface plate with the help of combination of slip gauges. Okay, this combination H is found with the help of given angle. Okay, with a given angle, first of all, you have to find the H value. And for that H, you have to combine the number of slip gauges for that value and place the combination of those slip gauges below this, okay, roller. Automatically, it is lifted upward, okay, to the required angle. Likewise, you are going to, okay, place the work part at the given angle. For that purpose, these sign bars are used. Okay, locating in work to given angle. Next. Okay. Different applications are there. Before going to different applications, these are all discussed in the first slide itself. Sign principle is the ratio of length of two sides. Measurement is usually limited to, in this sign bars, the measurement is limited 45 degrees. We will get only accurate results between 15 degrees to 45 degrees. Not possible to take accurate results beyond 45 degrees and below 15 degrees. Okay, because of so many reasons. We will discuss later. What are the reasons? Okay, we'll discuss later. Next, the sign bar. If you go for sign bar itself is not a complete measuring instrument. It is to be used with surface plate and slip gauges and indicating devices. That means indicator devices means indicators, dial gauges. Indicating device means dial gauge or dial indicator. Sign bars are in conjunction with the slip gauges, considered very good device for the precise measurement of angles. If you use this slip gauges, indicating device and the surface plate, then only you can measure the angles and it gives the accurate results. Okay, right. Sign bars are used either to measure angles very accurately or for locating any work to a given angle. Observe this. This is the purpose of sign bar, to measure angle very accurately or to locate any work to the given angle within very close limits. Sign bars are made of high carbon, high chromium, corrosion resistant steel, hardened, ground and stabilized. Okay, hardened, ground and stabilized and lapped together in order to get the highly finished surfaces. Okay, in this case, two cylinders of equal diameters are attached at the ends. The axes of these two cylinders are mutually parallel to each other and parallel to equal distance from the upper surface of the sign bar. Already discussed. The distance between the axes of the two cylinders exactly 5 inches, 10 inches. If you observe the distance between the two cylinders as the length of the sign bar, it may be 100, 200 or 300. Okay. Different sizes are available. Okay. Simply sign bars are specified with the length 100, 200, 300. Okay. Okay, my dear students, there is a heat and mass transfer class. Okay, the time is 10:55. I'm going to conclude here. Here, if you, the various parts are hardened and stabilized before grinding and lapping. Okay, right. Depending on the accuracy, again, two types of A grade and B grade are available. In case of A grade, you can measure the 0.02, and in case of A 0.01, you can measure. In case of B, you can measure up to 0.02 mm for length. Okay, some holes are drilled in order to facilitate okay, handling and reducing the weight. Okay, different types of sign bars, different cross-sectional sign bars are available here. Okay, you can apply it for different purposes, but mostly used is this one, or this one is the mostly used. That means we can adjust the distance between the rollers. Okay, constructional features of or accurate measurement of sign bars. The two rollers must have equal diameters and be truly cylinders. So the time is up, I think, 10:56. I'm closing the session. Okay, till now. My dear students, if you have any doubt, you can ask me so that I can clear the doubts. My dear students, you can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself and ask any question if you have any query. You can ask me so that I can answer your questions. Okay, my dear students, please unmute yourself. Is it possible to unmute yourself? Okay, now it is possible. You can unmute yourself. You are able to unmute yourself now. Please unmute yourself and ask any questions so that I can clarify your doubts. Okay. Do you have any doubts, my dear students? Anyone please respond? Anyone please respond? 334, Ravi. Once unmute yourself and respond. Mallikarjun. 305, LE 305, Mallikarjun. Are you there? 323, Surya Prakash.
Present, sir.
Okay. Do you have any doubt? Surya Prakash? No?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Here the network connectivity is not stable. That is the reason why it is connecting a number of times. So you are missing the video. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I am in closing the session.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.